my lovely angels. This is your girl Sim back with another episode of the Sim Squad. Hi! So today I have a haul for you. I'm sure everybody has been waiting for these perfumes. I know Lattafa has been releasing like back-to-back perfumes and we are just not being able to keep up. I just purchased these and I've realized that there's so many more coming up. I'm not sure if they're released yet or not, but there's some that just like showed up. So I've ordered those as well. Spending all my money on perfumes I don't need. I'm just like spending money on these new perfumes and I'm just wondering now if I need to get like a budget in place, because this is not gonna like end up well. Like for my finances, it's not gonna end up well at all. Now, without any further ado, let me start with the first one, which I am assuming is hyped up the most right now. Everybody has been talking about this perfume. It released a little late in the UAE as compared to other places, but I'm glad it did not take 3 months, which it normally does. This is Teriaq Intense by Lattafa. Now, if you know, you know. The OG, created by Quentin Biche, was a perfume that was very well received and everything, but for me, I had not liked that too much because of a stale smell in the background. And I know a lot of people told me it could be your fabric softener, it could be your detergent, but yeah, it's on my skin that it smells like that. So unless, come here Marcus. So unless I am using the wrong soap or something, which I doubt, I use like something very, very natural. Let me get Marcus. I think sometimes Marcus just wants to appear on the channel. Look at him, he's such a fluff ball right now. And Marcus, say hi. Boo boo, say hi. Look at them. Oh my gosh, they love you so much. Oh, boo boo. Oh. Okay, he's become too big to carry, like a normal cat. And for everybody who tells me he's not a Persian, no, he is a Persian. I know he's a mix of Persian and something else, and that's why he's so ginormous. But anyhow, Teriaq. What were we saying before we were rudely interrupted by Marcus? So it opens the exact same way like the old one. It has a sleeve and then it is set in this beautiful jet matte, what do you call it? Jet black, matte black box. Oh yeah! And the bottle is exactly like your Teriaq bottle. It's just black and gold instead of the taupe and gold. As a matter of fact, even the gold is the exact same gold. That's your two bottles. Now, I'm gonna like just tell you first how Teriaq Intense smells like, and then we'll do a side-by-side comparison so that you guys know what's the difference. The difference is quite a bit, but the base for both I feel is like Label. So first I'm gonna spray the Teriaq Intense. I did use it over the weekend, so I'm quite familiar with how the notes are. Now, right from the get-go, I feel like this perfume is so much better. As a matter of fact, I've become borderline obsessed with it. Like, I wore it like the first time and I was convinced that it's going to be my perfume of the month. Let me get this out of the way first. It does not smell like khamra. It does not smell like angel share. Not to my nose at least. I don't feel like they're similar at all. Guys, I'm so sorry. Marcus today has decided he's not going to let me film. Let me give you a little facts about Teriaq Intense. This is an oriental spicy perfume on Fragrantica. It's got 4.59, which is not bad. People do love it. I don't know who are the people who are not liking it. I think these are the people who are perceiving it as angel share or khamra. Yes, it's a deep dark perfume, but that does not mean, and it is boozy for sure. And I wonder if it's that booziness that's making everybody think that it smells like khamra, but it's not the same. Like, just because a perfume is boozy does not mean that it smells like automatically like angel share, right? The top notes for this are saffron and bergamot, middle notes are plum, liquor and cinnamon, and the base notes of amber, tonka and benzoin. Now, when I first sprayed this perfume, definitely in the opening you have your saffron and bergamot, which give it this little freshness in the opening, but it changes very, very quickly. That freshness just lasts for a little while and then you start getting this plum liquor, and it's a very evident plum liquor along with like hints of spices, and it does not translate exactly like cinnamon, but it does like feel like it's cinnamon with something else, but they've mentioned only cinnamon over here. And in the base you have amber tonka bean and benzoin. So you have the sweet vanillic tonka amber base, but it also has like a little bit of a suede note again. I don't know where the suede note in Lattafa perfumes come from, and I know it's not everybody that perceives it like that, but this is much lesser of a suede note than I felt in Seher. This to me smells like slightly baby cat, slightly, maybe like 4% of baby cat. And then the rest of it is like the Labelle DNA along with this boozy plum with some spices. I don't think I can explain this perfume better. And when you spray this perfume, it just surrounds you, projects like crazy. It projects like 3 to 4 feet. It lasts like a pretty decent amount, like 8 hours already from the get-go. Yeah, like it'll mature after a week or so, it'll change. Now see in the opening that saffron and bergamot, it's so prominent. Like I resprayed this, but it goes away like super quickly. Like initially you feel like wow, this freshness, and then like whoop, gone. Now I'm gonna spray the Teriaq on this side, the OG. And while I have used quite a bit, but it was honestly every time I test it and try it, and then I'm like, why did I put this on myself? Let's say it's like definitely a flanker, like Labelle, it's in the base. Labelle is the backbone of both these perfumes. Teriaq OG is very warm, cozy, it's very comforting, it's heavy in the air, and it kind of smells like this bottle, like it feels like cozy. But the only problem I have with this perfume is the stale note. And I don't know why it's happening to me. I know 50% of the people get it, 50% of the people get it, but they don't mind it. To me, I mind it. I don't want to smell stale. This one, it's a completely different story. This one has like a little added freshness. It has that slight cashmerean vibe as well. But I cannot stop sniffing. I cannot stop smelling this perfume. I think I found a new obsession. I really do like it. It's a 10 out of 10 for me. Like I was a bit afraid, to be honest with you, because everybody was talking about it, everybody loved it. But then that was the case with this as well, right? Everybody was like hyping it up and everything. So I was like, if it's anything like this, I'm not going to be happy. But I did like that Labelle part in this, and continues in this. I do feel like this is worth a blind buy. It's that good. It's definitely meant for your fall winter. So if you live in a hot climate where you'd never ever have winter, I don't know, try it before you buy it. This I feel is unisex for sure. The projection is 3 to 4 feet, longevity of 8 hours, and my rating is 10 out of 10. And the color I'm going to give this to is like a very, very dark plum, almost like moving to black. And the celebrity, so I thought of Margaret Qualley just because I saw that movie, The Substance. Why did I see it? Like I wanted to take my brain out and I wanted to wash it. I wanted to take my eyes out and wash it. Like all my senses were assaulted so badly. But Margaret Qualley in that was this hot siren, confident, young. And I thought Teriaq Intense very much suits that vibe. Now next is another release by Lattafa, and so many people were like, Singin, review it, review it. I was like a little skeptical, but then I was like, you know what, it's a cherry perfume, so I will like it. And this is the Mayar, the new Mayar flanker. It's called Mayar Cherry Intense. That's the bottle. It's your typical Mayar box packaging, and the bottle is gorgeous. Look at that. Looks like something out of ancient times, like ancient Arabia. I remember this color, this kind of stuff from my childhood. Some fancy person had something like this. Perfume, however. Let me put a disclaimer before I start talking about this perfume. This is a very brand new bottle. Mayar, as you know, with each and every Mayar, you need to let it mature. You need to let it like sit for some time. The OG Mayar, I still don't like it, to be honest with you. I just don't like that greenness about it and everything. People who like greenness along with florals, they're gonna love it. The Mayar Natural Intense, it took it like a good 6 to 7 months to mature, and now I do like it. But it's a very fresh green. Again, the green is the theme with them. This, however, is not green. It's the exact opposite. It does kind of smell like this color, this dark, deep cherry color. What it smells like? It smells like, we have this jam over here called Saint Dalfour. I'm sure it's available in many countries because I know it's imported. It's not like UAE made, right? It comes from somewhere else. So they have this one called Black Cherry, the flavor. I've tried all of them. Four fruits is my favorite, but no, forest fruits, sorry, not four fruits, or is it called four fruits? I'm not sure. It's my favorite. But there's one called Black Cherry as well. I remember very clearly because there was this time when the four fruits was out of stock, and then I picked up the Black Cherry because that was the most appealing. When I first opened that bottle of jam, that instant strong smell of this marmalade or jam, you know, with the actual cherries inside, the pieces of cherry, but you can distinctly smell like a fake strawberry along with some fresh notes. This is currently rated 5 out of 5 on Fragrantica because there are only 2 votes. So don't count on that. I personally, as of now, don't like this perfume. The top notes for this are strawberry and bergamot, middle notes of cherry jam and cacao, and the base notes of patchouli, amber and vanilla. If you were ever making jam, cherry jam, think that you're making the cherry jam, you added a little bit of strawberry as well to it, you were like, you know what, like let's add it for the freshness. You added a little bit of like lime, lemon, whatever for the freshness, added your like whole lot of sugar, and you made like a beautiful jam. And then you decided that I want to go a bit like extra mile, and you added some artificial flavoring of cherry and strawberry. And what happened was it started smelling like cough syrup. It smells to me like that black cherry jam by Saint Dalfour mixed with cough syrup, and that's why I'm not liking it. So to me, cherry, if it is smoky or if it is boozy or if it has some spices, I love my cherry. I like most of the cherry perfumes I have, and I have different ones, right? This, I don't know what it's supposed to smell like, but to me it smells like a body spray from Fantasy. And I very clearly have this memory of spraying some body spray, and I'm pretty sure it was that bottle of Fantasy sprays. It's so strongly juvenile. I'm just hoping that over time that cacao, vanilla, you know, these additional notes which will balance this perfume, which is why I'm telling you this is a brand new bottle. As a matter of fact, what's the production date on this? It's November. It's this month, you know, so it's just released and out in the market, right? I think it'll change a lot. I have a feeling. That's why I don't want to give like too much of a review about it. I just want to let you know how it smells like as of now. I know this will change. This is a super feminine fragrance. You can wear this during, I think, all season, all day, because yeah, it does have that like jammy freshness, but it's also very sweet. So maybe like spring, summer, but in the evenings, and during fall, winter, you can wear it anytime. I'm gonna give this a 7 out of 10 right now. It's a very juvenile fragrance, but it's not so repulsive or it's not ugly that you can't wear it. You can wear it. Just be mindful that you need to give it some time, and I'm gonna give it some time. That's why I'm not being like very harsh with it either. I'm giving it 7 out of 10 because the presentation is beautiful. I really want to like this Mayar. The color perception for this is a dark cherry, kind of like this color. The color they've chosen for the bottle and everything is very apt. I am not going to currently assign any celebrity to this because I'm not very fond of this perfume, so I don't like that association is just not happening. This was sent to me as PR by Fragrance World, French Avenue. This is the Nudo Collection. A lot of people asked me to review the Nudo. I was just not being able to get myself to purchase these perfumes because I do not like the bottles. I know it's very fancy and very like unique, not fancy, let's just call it unique, but I was just not gravitating towards it. So this is the first one. It's called Nudo Sweet Berries. Kind of looks like a purse, you know, and I'll tell you why. Because inside it literally is like a purse. This is the Nudo bottles. It has a little bow. It is definitely like a novelty bottle, yeah? Now, do I like these kind of bottles? No, I don't, but I don't mind it. I mean, it doesn't look ugly. At least the colors they chose were like nice, you know? What does Nudo Sweet Berry smell like? It smells like Oriana. Now, I have a history with dupes of Oriana. If you remember Ansam Ansam Gold by Lattafa, I was not so fond of it. I decluttered it, but it had some cleaning detergent, old school cleaning detergent smell in the background, which was giving me nostalgia and some memories I didn't want to remember, and I just stopped wearing that perfume and I gave up on it. This smells like Oriana. This smells very close to it, because if you remember, I did get the Feminine Discovery set by Perfumes de Marly, and this one does have the Oriana. Let me find it. Oriana. They are almost identical. Oriana is still, it just feels a little bit more well-rounded. It just feels a little bit more expensive. It just smells like a much better formulated perfume, if that makes sense. This, on the other hand, it has a little crudeness about it, a little bit of sharpness about it, which will go away in time. I know that for sure. I'll tell you in a bit about the dry down as well. The top notes for this are bergamot, grapefruit, orange and mandarin. Middle notes of blackcurrant, raspberry and orange blossom, and the base notes of amber, marshmallow, custard and musk. Now for everybody who does not know how Oriana smells like, this smells like a flavored candy. Actually, it smells like a marshmallow flavor. If you know the pink one, that's the worst flavor, by the way, the marshmallow. You've tried the green ones, blue ones, yellow ones. You know, they all have like a little flavor to it. The yellow one I know is like a little tangy. The green one is like apple or something. And then there's this pink one, which has like berries. And it has some strange artificial, I mean, all of them are artificial. This kind of smells like that marshmallow flavor. Not the marshmallow itself. It smells like that flavor. And I know why people are comparing it now to marshmallow. It does not smell like marshmallow, like just the marshmallow. It smells like that pink marshmallow, which is, I don't know how people eat that. It is extremely synthetic. Like all the notes in this are so freaking synthetic. So I'm not very fond of the Oriana DNA as is. Like I would not like buy a full bottle of Oriana, and I'm not goo goo gaga over it. I do, however, like to smell it on other people. It's a very distinct smell. When you smell this on a person, you just know it's Oriana. It's a very, very unique perfume, as you would expect from Perfumes de Mali. And Nudo Sweet Berries is no different. Now, if you like this kind of like very, very synthetic candy kind of smell, if you liked Oriana or Love Don't Be Shy, you will love Sweet Berries. I would like to point out something though. In the base note, there's something called a custard note. And I can very distinctly smell it in the dry down. I like that part, that little musk and custard combination along with this all artificial notes. It's somehow making the perfume smell very nice in the dry down. But again, is it like enough for me to wear this perfume on myself? I guess not, you know. So for everybody else, like I will still say this perfume is a 7.5 out of 10. I would like to smell this on my nieces, like somebody who's younger. I would love to smell it on maybe some of my friends as well, but not on myself. Mind you, this is a fruity floral and it's got 4.5 on Fragrantica, so it's got very, very high rating. That's why maybe it's just not my choice to like a perfume like this. By the way, this entire range is for $30. I didn't say the prices for the Lattafas, but I'm sure I've put it on the screen for you. This one is like super feminine. You can wear it during any weather, anytime during the day. Projection is like 2 feet. Longevity is around 6 to 7 hours. The celebrity, I could only think of Zooey Deschanel. I hope I've got her name right. But that's, you know how cute and sweet she looks like? I would assume she smells like this. And the color perception for this, again, like red berries, like this is called sweet berries, but I would give this like a dark red berries thingy, but a little brighter than this color. Not, this is like a burgundy, or yeah, this is like a burgundy. And the temperature for this is cool. I think I forgot to mention the temperature for Mayar and for Teriaq. I'll do it in my follow-up video for it. Next is called Green Iris. It's the same box with the same leathery feel, and that's how the bottle looks like. La di da di da di da. So it's like la di da di da di da. Like the only thing that's missing is like adding a chain to it and then carrying it. You know? This is a very strange one. It's a weirdo perfume. It's so weird. It's so weird. Okay, so it smells like in the opening, you have your lemonade. You made like a nice sweet lemonade, but then you decided to add like a load of pepper, black pepper into it. And when you drink it, you know how you would feel? Like you have that sweet tanginess. See, my mouth is watering. Sweet tanginess, but then you added like a little bit of pepper to it. So it's a little spicy as well. So this perfume is like a very citrus green spicy in the opening. People are comparing this to Decadence. Okay, I get it. I get why they're comparing it to Decadence. It does, kind of, you know, same DNA. But then people are comparing this to Lyra and Devotion. No, please no, nothing like it. So please don't buy this perfume thinking it's gonna smell like Lyra or like Devotion. On Fragrantica, this has only got 4, which is still not a bad score. This is a fruity floral, but In the opening, it's exactly like lemonade, sweet lemonade with your black pepper and a whole lot of black pepper. By the way, no spices are mentioned in this perfume. The top notes for this are lemon and mandarin, middle notes of floral notes, and the base notes of vanilla, musk, amber, and woodsy notes. Once it starts drying down, like very dainty, soft florals like start coming into the picture, but it's not prominent enough to detect like it's which floral it is. It does have like this soft iris kind of vibe, which is why I guess they named it green iris, because it's a very green perfume and it has that iris kind of smell. Now in the dry down, yes, you do get like a hint of vanilla, hint of musk, hint of amber, but those woodsy notes is like what's prominent. It's a very, I don't know, like I feel like it's too simple of a perfume. Like I don't know what else to say. It just smells like lemonade with pepper, and then like that starts like drying down, but it doesn't completely go away. You can smell that lemonade with the pepper, but it reduces in intensity, and now you have like your mild florals with the woodsy notes and that sweetness from your musk, amber, and vanilla. And that's about it. That's what this perfume is. On its own, like I wouldn't mind wearing this perfume, but it's just that I don't know where I'll wear this perfume. It's just like a picnic. Like the only place I can think of like wearing this perfume is like a picnic in a garden or a park. I do see myself wearing this perfume though. Like I might wear it, but I don't know. Like again, I'll have to like wear it and see like if I feel like wearing it the whole day. I think it's super feminine. Spring, summer, daytime. The projection is like unfortunate. It's like 1 to 2 feet. Longevity also I would say is like around 6 hours. It doesn't last very long. My rating for this again is like a 7.5. I need to like let this again rest a little bit, let it mature. You know, once the air comes in the bottle, it'll change a little bit. I'm just hoping that the base notes get a little bit like more prominent, your vanilla, musk, and amber. I want those to come out a little bit more and see if this perfume rounds up nicely, because right now it's a little sharp. You know, it doesn't feel like a smooth sphere. It smells like a bumpy sphere. Like once the perfume smells like a smooth sphere, that's when you know like it's well rounded. I think I'm saying it just because it's the word rounded, well rounded. And when I smelled this perfume, for some reason Juno Temple came in mind, and I was like, I don't know why, but she came in my mind. And the color perception for this is a proper moss green color. I'll put the picture for you over here. And the temperature for this perfume I would say is neutral. Like there's nothing like cold or warm or anything. It's just there. Now last but not the least was the one I was most interested in. This is called Exotic Flowers. And for some reason I thought this would smell like Fleur Narcotique or something. And I was expecting it to be like a super floral, cutesy floral. Look at the bottle. Oh. So this one I like, honestly, like out of all of them, like this one I feel is like the most cutesy, like so cute. Look at the bow, the color of the bow. Dude, if I was in my teens, I would have tripped over these bottles here. Right now at my age, I'm like, when I smell this perfume, I was like, why? Why would you put it in this bottle? This should have been in a bottle like this. It should have been like in a mature. This is a dupe for Narcotic Delight. Not a dupe, let's not call it a dupe. It's like in the same DNA. Why? Why this? Doesn't smell anything like that. This is a very serious perfume. It is a very commanding perfume. It's a very strong perfume, not to be put in a gimmicky bottle like this, right? This has got unfortunately only 4.17 on Fragrantica. No idea why. Costs $30 in UAE. I don't know how much it costs elsewhere, but that's how much it's sold for over here. The top notes for this are pink pepper, red fruits, and black pepper. Middle notes of cognac and Hedione. And the base notes of tobacco and vanilla. Exactly. I saved this one for the last because I was like, you need to smell this perfume. You need to, I don't know, maybe after smelling all these perfumes, I'm like, whoa, what is this? It's very different. It has this strong, spicy, aromatic. So yes, you do get your black pepper and pink pepper in the opening, which is very, very prominent. But you also have like an aromatic quality, almost smells like apothecary kind when I tell you that. I know that apothecary smell, I don't know how to explain it. It kind of smells like a mixture of myrrh, frankincense, little bit of menthol, like essential oils, you know. But the aromatic ones, little bit of lavender, like all of those mixed together, it's like an aromatic. And that aromatic note is so strong in this, but it's not listed over here. They have not mentioned any of the aromatics. I wish they had written lavender at least. And in the dry down you have this very, very sweet tobacco, but it's not like a smoky tobacco or cigarette tobacco, or it's almost like a tobacco leaf that's sweetened somehow, like a vanilla tobacco, not like a cherry tobacco or anything. It just smells like a vanilla tobacco. If you know the cigar thingies, you love to smell them, but once it's lit, it's like, but when you smell the cigar just as is, the flavored ones, they smell so good, right? The best part about this perfume, it's floral enough with that added booziness, spicy, aromatic, and your tobacco, but it's floral enough to be classified as a spicy aromatic floral. So at the end of the day, you do get the florals in a very artificial way. You know that it's a floral, but you don't know what floral it is. It's some floral. And then you have like your aromatics, your spices, your vanilla, your tobacco, and your little booziness. It's a very strange perfume to describe, guys, because it's very perfumey. The only thing that you can clearly identify is the aromatic and the spicy notes. The rest of them, and I guess also the sweet tobacco, the vanilla tobacco. But the rest of it is just like a blur of a perfume. And I do feel this is very spherical. It's very rounded, nicely rounded. I really like this perfume. I'm going to be wearing this a lot. It's a 0.5%, 0.5. Something there that maybe I'm not very fond of, but I can ignore it, gladly ignore it. And that's why I'm going to give this a 9.5 out of 10, not a 10 out of 10. 9.5 out of 10 because I don't know if I'm going to purchase this perfume again. I give a perfume 10 out of 10 only when I know the perfume gets over. It's coming back in my collection. It's never going to be without those perfumes, right? I'm giving this a 9.5 out of 10. It might convert to 10 after it matures a little bit more. This is a unisex leaning feminine perfume. I say this is all weather, all day. It projects around 3 feet, longevity 7 to 8 hours. It's all good in those, like, no Middle Eastern vibe at all. The celebrity I thought of was Ruby Rose. I know, like, I've not thought about her for a very long time. But it's that kind of like strong personality. So I don't know, I just thought of Ruby Rose out of all the strong personalities I could think of. The color perception for this is like a mahogany, like a dark mahogany, actually a rich mahogany, not a dark mahogany. And this perfume is also neutral again, but it's strangely like sometimes you feel it's warm because of the spices, but then you have those aromatics that takes you towards the cold side. So it's like a pendulum. It's like fluctuating, it's oscillating, and I'm not too sure what to call it, whether it's a warm perfume or a cold perfume. It's like a degree of both. That's why I'm just calling it neutral. If it was packed in any other packaging than this, I think this perfume would have become like a viral perfume, but unfortunately doesn't justify. Even if they would have put this perfume in a bottle like this, like same one but like a dark vibe, it's just not right to put it in this bottle. So that's it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. This was like a small haul, but I do small hauls because 5 perfumes are more than enough for me to try and comprehend in one video. If you notice, I've taken out my crystals. I don't know why. I just got this feeling this weekend that I need to wear my crystals. So I'm wearing my clear quartz and I'm wearing my Mark Bearski's. This is one of his signatures. This is the Moldavite with the Herkimer diamond. So yeah, I just thought I'll take it out and wear it. So maybe in the next couple of videos, you'll see these babies around my neck. That's it for today, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.